If you enjoy marching in the rain and getting your feet a little sore from all that walking, then you're going to love this week, because Johnson tucks tail and runs a whole bunch, and Grant continues to shift his army southeast to piss off Lee, I guess. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is my very best friend, Prospector Johnny. Johnny, we got more.
You call me that.
Yeah, well, you are. It's gotta be
honest. Well, I'm your very best friend. That's great.
Yep.
Love it.
It's the only friend, but, well, that doesn't matter. Very best. This week, Johnny's going to open up with Johnson continuing to retreat, setting up new defensive lines.
Oh, he did not change tactics.
No, not changed.
He went ahead and said, you know what, same shit, different day.
Same shit, different day.
Boys.
Try
it again.
He's going to try to set up new defensive lines at the Alatoona Pass on May 20th. Well, bear with me. Meanwhile, Grant's going to continue.
Happy birthday to my wife, by the way.
Hey! Happy birthday, Ashley. Yeah.
The missus, yeah.
Meanwhile, Grant's going to continue to move his army southeast in a massive movement led by Meade to flank Lee. On the 21st, Lee is going to begin to countermarch to try to intercept Grant's movements. Meanwhile, in the Shenandoah Valley, after his embarrassing loss, Sigel's going to be replaced by Major General Hunter.
Oh. No, that doesn't make it less embarrassing. That's worse. He doesn't have a chance to redeem him. He's just, replaced.
You are replaced. That was embarrassing. You lost to college students. You cannot
do better
recoup from that. Yeah.
Again, though, I stand by my whole
the fresh troops,
thing, and it's you're bringing in young energy, and I stand by that. I don't think it's entire. I think that's just good stuff. If you can get young energy in it, you do it. And they tried with a couple of drafts, but it turns out people who went to a military school are more gung ho than people who were forced into it.
There is that. Sherman is quickly repairing damaged bridges while pursuing Johnson. Lincoln is going to call for Western governors to send any 100-day troops that they have to aid Sherman. Now, 100-day troops are volunteers that serve a 100-day contract. These are very short-term contracts. These aren't fighting men. These are guys that are designed to take the support roles out. So these are the ones that are going to be dropping ammunition off behind the enemy lines. These are going to be replacing cooks. These are going to be replacing all those support roles.
It's camp cooks. It's
freeing up
things like that. Now
those people that actually take a musket and go fight.
I mean, since the beginning, we've had these contracts where it's shortened. I mean, one of the big issues was at the beginning of the war. Most of the soldiers ran out of their contracts.
Yeah, they were on 3-month contracts, and by the time Bull Run happened, half of them
were like,
"Oh
no, that'll be fine. Don't worry about it." And then it wasn't, and then that caused issues. And so we kept that. We thought, okay, this is a good idea to continue doing, and.
But again, these aren't combat troops. These are support roles that allow the actual support role people to take up a musket and go to the front lines.
Okay, so all right, so people who were support roles, who were not front lines, not combat roles.
Now going to be combat roles.
Forcing them into that.
Yes.
And then eventually, probably, guess what? You got 20 more days, and guess where those 20 days are going to be spent?
Yeah.
Front lines.
Yeah, probably.
That's where.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. What a deal.
But Johnny, on the 22nd, we're going to see Grant and Lee racing north, or racing to the North Anna River, with Lee beating Grant into Hanover Junction. Again, Lee knows that's the benefit of being a defender. You know the ground, you know the best roads to go and the best routes to take.
Yeah.
You're not
he's
blind.
Got the back roads memorized, whatever.
Grant's going to order an assault the following day, and Sherman is going to order his men to move on to Dallas, Georgia. On the 23rd, we're going to have the Battle of North Anna. Lee's strong positions ahead of Grant didn't stop Grant from attempting a crossing. Warren's 5th Corps is going to cross North Anna when A.P. Hill hits Warren's forces near Jericho Mills. Through heavy fighting, Warren actually pushes back Hill. We have some progress being made by the North.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Hancock's second...
You can do maps.
I'll put some maps up. Yeah, I can. I know. Talking about it's kind of hard without.
Like this, I mean, good God, Lieutenant. I
don't know. I'll put up some maps.
I don't know battle speak and stuff, and it's a whole lot of people
moving with names.
A whole lot of ways.
I gotcha. All you got to know is that.
Are we doing good?
Warren pushes back A.P. Hill. That's good. Hancock's Second Corps is going to push rebels out of positions near Old Chesterfield. Good. This, however, does split Grant's forces into two sectors, but Lee actually has come ill. He's got a tum-tum ache, and he's not on the front line. He can't see that he does have a prime opportunity with two forces split, but you can attack one in force and cause some good heavy casualties, so he doesn't happen because his tum-tum's upset, so he's not fighting.
That's too bad. That reminds me of our sponsor that we have for this episode, Tums. If you would like to sponsor this would be a great spot. Lee could have won this war if it had
some Tums
that had been invented in this time period.
Union is going to lose just 425 total troops to an unreported amount of dirty rebels. The unreported amount of dirty rebels was significantly more than 425. So Union's coming out ahead at this part of the
allegedly, we don't know that because they didn't report it.
Correct. Yeah, you're correct.
You are making bold assumptions.
Because they are
maybe they didn't want to report it because it was so embarrassingly low. They lost few people.
That could be.
They didn't want to let anybody.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not it, but they could be.
You don't think? You don't think we lost two people in that?
That was it. Yeah, maybe
we gotta not report.
The 24th, Sherman marches on Dallas to try to turn Johnson's flank. Meanwhile, Grant's army continues across North Anna, and his army is now in three sections with Lee in the middle at the apex of the river. Basically, Grant's starting to surround them around the apex.
Is it good to divide your army into multiple sections?
It depends on the situation. And now where he's got... Lee's in the...
Is he wanting to do this?
We got... Hey, the Hanover River, you know where it bends? It's like...
Sure, yeah.
Lee is at... Or the Ohio River, down to Hanover.
It's the Ohio. And at Hanover, you can see three bends in the river, which is...
Well, imagine Lee being in one of those bends... being in the middle bend, and then Grant's forces being all around him on the other bends. Like, that's kind of what we got going on.
All right, but the splitting is intentional in this instance.
Yes, it's intentional. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at is it... Okay. We're there. We're good.
Meanwhile, over in Georgia, Johnson sees Sherman's movements and orders his men to move towards Dallas to prevent being flanked. Around the New Hope Church in Georgia on the 25th, Sherman's forces underneath Hooker are going to run into Hood's men along the Pumpkin Vine Creek. Hooker is going to drive towards New Hope Church, but he's going to be repulsed several times, taking heavy casualties in the start of the New Hope campaign. Oofda.
That is... I'm sorry. They have to move somewhere else.
Can't buy around a church?
Well... New Hope Church and Pumpkin Creek Road or whatever the fuck it
ridiculous.
was. It's way too adorable to be fighting around.
Yeah.
Go fight at North Bend River and I don't know.
Devil's Den?
First Lutheran, whatever the hell.
Sure.
I don't know.
Johnny, and this week's going to end on the 26th with Grant realizing Lee's positions are too strong at the apex of the North Anna, and he's going to strategically pull back across the river. And you guessed it, again... Move southeast.
Damn it. Moved again. Okay. I didn't guess it. I thought it was going to change. Maybe.
Nope, he's moving southeast. His goal now is to go to Hanover Town, which is about 18 miles southeast of Lee's current positions. Again, holding up his promise to continual pressure. I'm not going to waste one big battle or anything that kind of crap. We're just going to keep pressuring, keep picking away at Lee's forces until he's got nothing left.
Well, which is going to be a while, right? And
it's probably.
Hopefully longer than they do. So the Constrictor plan, which was it's starting to become more like the Parasite plan.
Yeah.
We just suck all their resources and lives and food and everything out until there's nothing but a husk of a half of a country that comes groveling back on their hands and knees, hoping and praying that we give them federal assistance to rebuild their crushed economies because they didn't know how to actually build society up. All they did was exploit the labor of the poor to make a few people rich instead of, I don't know, making multiple industries where people could flourish.
Yeah.
But at least a bunch of poor people in the future aren't going to defend that.
Nope, there's no way that's going to happen. Johnny, the week's going to end with both Grant and Sherman's armies. While not winning grand battles, they are forcing Johnson and Lee's armies to continually move, not giving them any rest, but most importantly, chipping away at the numbers. So hopefully this war will be over not soon, because it's a parasite.
5-6 years.
That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We do all kinds of fun things. We've got occasional long-format videos on random subjects like the Cuban Missile Crisis or the Sparrow War. That was one of our older ones, but it was actually pretty good. You should go look at that. Or if you don't have the attention span, look at our shorts. They only last a minute long. Everybody's got the attention for a minute.